It is often said that change is the only constant in life, and this is especially true when it comes to ourselves. We are constantly changing and evolving, even if we don't always realize it. The sad truth is that not all change is for the better. In fact, many people take steps backwards or even stand still in their personal development. But sometimes we do manage to take a step forward. We evolve into better versions of ourselves, and it is amazing how much difference this can make in our lives. So how do you know if you have changed for the better? Here are 11 scientifically proven signs that indicate you have evolved as a person. Before we get into this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below saying I subscribed. I will try my best to reply to as many comments as possible. Let's start. Number 11. You care less about what other people think. If you find yourself caring less about what other people think of you, it may be a sign that you have matured as a person. This mental growth can be the result of many factors, including age, experience, and personal reflection. As you get older, you may become more comfortable in your own skin and less concerned with seeking approval from others. You may also become more confident in your own opinions and judgments, giving you the strength to stand up for yourself even when others disagree. Whatever the reason, caring less about what other people think is often a sign of personal growth and maturity. Number 10. You are more patient. Patience is often described as a virtue, and it's one that can be difficult to cultivate. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the need for instant gratification. We want things to happen immediately, and we expect others to conform to our timelines. However, patience is about learning to control your impulses and slow down. It requires you to be thoughtful and deliberate in your actions. It's also about learning to accept things that are out of your control. If you've noticed that you're more patient than you used to be, it means you've grown in your ability to manage your emotions and reactions. You've become more mindful and present in the moment. You've also likely developed deeper relationships with others, as patience is an important ingredient in any lasting connection. Whether you're more patient with your spouse, your children, or your coworkers, it's a sign that you're a more mature and compassionate person than you were in the past. And that's definitely something to be proud of. Number 9. You're more likely to forgive others. Forgiving others can be difficult, but it's also an important sign of personal growth. When you forgive someone, you're choosing to let go of anger and resentment. You're also giving up the right to retaliate or take revenge. Forgiveness requires humility, empathy, and compassion. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Not only does forgiveness benefit the person who did you wrong, but it also has a positive impact on your own mental and emotional health. Studies have shown that forgiving others can lead to reduced stress, lower blood pressure, and improved heart health. So if you find yourself more likely to forgive others, it's a sign that you're growing as a person. Number 8. You understand yourself better. Many people go through life without ever really taking the time to get to know themselves. They adopt the values of their family and friends, they follow the crowd, and they never stop to think about what they truly believe in. As a result, they often end up feeling lost and uncertain, wondering why they can't seem to find happiness. If you can say that you understand yourself better, it means that you've taken the time to figure out who you are and what you believe in. It's a sign that you're comfortable in your own skin and that you know what makes you happy. Of course, self-awareness isn't something that happens overnight. It's a journey that takes time and effort. But if you can say that you understand yourself better today than you did yesterday, it's a sign that you're on the right track. Number 7. You're more accepting of others. We all have our own biases and prejudices. It's part of human nature. However, as we grow and mature, we learn to accept others who are different from us. We realize that everyone has their own unique story and that we all deserve to be respected and valued. If you've noticed that you're more accepting of others, it means you've grown in your ability to empathize with others and see them as complex human beings. You realize that we all have our own struggles and that nobody is perfect. And that's a beautiful thing. Number 6. You no longer compare yourself with others. People are constantly comparing themselves to others. It's human nature to compare and contrast ourselves with the people around us. We compare our looks, our accomplishments, our possessions, and even our intelligence to those of other people. Sometimes this can be helpful. It can motivate us to improve ourselves and strive to be the best that we can be. However, too much comparison can lead to feelings of jealousy, envy, and inferiority. One sign that you've changed as a person is if you no longer compare yourself to others. Instead of focusing on what other people have that you don't, you focus on your own strengths and achievements. You celebrate your own successes instead of dwelling on your failures. Number 5. You are highly selective with your time. As we grow up, we realize that time is precious. We can't waste it on things that don't matter. That's why successful and happy people are usually very selective with their time. They only spend it on activities, relationships, and pursuits that are truly important to them. If you find yourself becoming more selective with your time, it's a sign that you've changed as a person. You're no longer willing to settle for anything less than what you deserve. You know that life is too short to waste on things that don't make you happy, and that's an amazing way to live. Number 4. You now see the glass as half full. In every situation, there are two ways to look at it. You can choose to see the glass as half full or half empty. Optimistic people tend to see the glass as half full. They focus on the positive aspects of every situation and believe that things will work out in the end. Pessimistic people, on the other hand, tend to see the glass as half empty. They focus on the negative aspects of every situation and believe that things will never get better. If you've noticed that you now see the glass as half full, it's a sign that you've changed as a person. You're more optimistic and hopeful than you used to be. You believe that good things will happen to you, and that's a great way to live your life. Number 3. Your life is more simple. If your life is simpler than before, it means you have changed as a person. This change can be physical, mental, or emotional. For example, you may have lost weight, quit smoking, or started exercising. You may also have started eating healthier, gotten better sleep, or reduced stress in your life. The changes may not be as noticeable on the outside, but they are still there. Maybe you've become more patient, kinder, or less reactive to things that used to bother you. Or perhaps you've found that you no longer need material possessions to feel happy and content. Whatever the changes are, they have made your life simpler and better, and that's a sign of personal growth. Number 2. You are more grateful. One of the most common symptoms of personal growth is increased gratitude. When we change as people, we start to see life in a different, more positive light. We become more appreciative of the good things in our lives and less focused on the bad. We realize that even though life isn't perfect, it's still pretty good. If you find yourself feeling more grateful lately, it's a sign that you've changed as a person. You're valuing the things that truly matter, and you're on the path to happiness and success. Number 1. You no longer blame circumstances or other people. Ask yourself this: when something bad happens, who do you blame? In the past, you may have blamed other people or circumstances for your problems, but now you realize that it's not helpful or productive. Instead of looking for someone or something to blame, you take responsibility for your own life. You know that you can't control what other people do, but you can control your own actions and reactions. This change in attitude is a sign that you've grown as a person. You're no longer a victim of your circumstances. You're in charge of your life, and you're determined to make it the best it can be. Final thoughts. Before ending this video, here are 3 final thoughts to keep in mind. First, personal growth is a lifelong process. You're never done growing as a person. There's always room for improvement. Second, the changes you go through may not be noticeable to others, but that doesn't mean they're not real or important. This is your life, and you're the only one who knows what's going on inside of you. And finally, don't compare your journey to anyone else's. We all grow at our own pace and in our own way. Just because someone else seems to be further ahead than you doesn't mean they are. Trust that you're on the right path. Now, you are ready to take the next step. The recommended video that you see on the screen right now will show you how to change your life in only 6 months from now. Make sure to watch it now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.